Welcome into another video in my series where I'm going through and testing all the weapons inside of Modern Warfare 3 to see how viable these weapons are for us to be using inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. This is going to be including the aftermarket parts, the aftermarket conversion kits, as well as the MW2 weapons. So if you guys are new around here and you like to see how weapons perform inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies and like Call of Duty Zombies in general, make sure you are subscribed with those bell notifications turned on so you're not going to miss out any future uploads from myself on Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. As well, down below you will find the link for my streams. I stream on Mondays and Thursdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I stream a ton of custom zombies, other zombie related games, and generally just have a total blast over there and love to have you guys come and hang out. Now in today's video, we're finally able to complete all of the altered strained DNA collection for the event. So I have unlocked the blueprint for the SOA Subverter that we get for completing the altered strain event. Let me know if you guys have finished it. And the build, as it turns out, on the blueprint you get for completing the Altered Strain event is one that is virtually the same as my build. So we're going to take a look at the SOA Subverter today, taking it through all three tiers, taking on bounty contracts all the way through to see how this weapon performs inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. And we're going to be using the blueprint on this from the Altered Strain event. So I'm looking forward to checking out this weapon and see how it performs. It's been a while since I've jumped into a game and actually used this weapon inside of a game, so I'm really looking forward to doing this one today. And again, a thank you for everyone for the support as we push forward closer and closer to our next Black Ops 6 giveaway, which is at 4,000 subscribers. So if you have not subscribed, make sure you do so you get a chance to be in for the next giveaway. As well, for those of you that are joining the Zhorde community Discord, the link is down in the description. If you are joining, make sure you are connected with your YouTube account to the Discord. That way, if you are a channel member, you get your special role and access to me live editing the videos, so you can see what's coming up nice and early. So without further ado, let's get to the SOA Subverter review video today. Alright, welcome into another video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not, so we can push forward to our next Black Ops 6 goal for the giveaway, which is at 4,000 subscribers. Now, when we spawn in and we do all of our weapon testing videos, I spawn in and put on my perks with no additions to the weapon to make it any stronger. Aside from running Deadshot Daiquiri as a mouse and keyboard player, I like the extra critical damage that it provides. And for extras today, I've got the golden armor plates on, and we're going to be using mags of holding later on to see how this weapon performs with mags of holding. So we're going to be checking out the SOA Subverter today with the blueprint that we got for finally being able to finish collecting all of those DNA strains we've been seeing inside of our games. But on the way to our first contract today, I just wanted to show you this because holy smokes, I think all of us are feeling this right now in our games. What is even going on? I was really concerned at this point to see just how far I was going to be even able to get in this match today. I had experienced latency going from the 50s to over 200. Packet loss, you can see on screen on the top left, is at 1% currently. So this match was definitely one where I was concerned and certainly hope that the stability fix or patch is definitely coming soon to MWZ, as this is definitely an issue I think we're all feeling. But having said that, having to deal with all of that, the SOA Subverter with the blueprint from the Altered Strain event is definitely doing awesome inside of Tier 1. Like, this weapon was one of my favorites when it came into the game. It shoots like almost dead straight. It's like a laser beam. And with the blueprint on there being the build virtually that I use, it was truly awesome to be able to jump in and get to testing this. It's also a weapon that I haven't used very much in game, like at all. So I was kind of excited to hop in and see how this thing would perform. Seeing the first bounty contract get handled kind of fairly with ease, I was eager to get off to Pack-a-Punch and see just what, increasing the damage output on this would do to our second bounty contract of the day inside of Tier 1. Now that we visited Pack-a-Punch, we're still only white rarity, no ammo mods and no tools on the weapon, but we do have Pack-a-Punch now. So we grabbed our next bounty contract of the day. And at this point, the latency had dropped back down to the 70s, which is, you know, not so bad. Not the greatest, but not so bad. And the packet loss had gone away. So at this point, I was feeling a little bit better about my game and feeling like it stabilized itself a little bit. But I mean, I was impressed with the damage output. Just at pack 1 white rarity with this, like, it was just shredding that mangler. I was feeling, you know, like super confident, very OP for, you know, being in tier 1 right now, and I only being pack-a-punch, just white rarity. So this is looking really good to move forward and increase the damage output on this weapon and see how it continues to perform. So the next thing to do was to make it legendary and put on Shatter Blast right now, and then go find ourselves our last bounty contract inside of tier 1 and see, can we, you know, instant delete, one-shot, two-shot this bounty contract inside of tier 1, being what I feel is the max damage output anybody would need inside of tier 1, being pack 1 legendary with an ammo mod. I feel like that'll handle absolutely everything inside of tier 1 with ease. As you can see, that Mimic did not stand a chance. I mean, the chunks of health that were coming off when we were hitting the critical shots on the Mimic were astounding to see. So I was super confident and super eager at this point to just, you know, head into tier 2 and not change anything on the weapon at all and make my way over and grab ourselves a bounty contract inside of tier 2 and take it on at pack 1 legendary with our ammo mod on Shatter Blast to see, you know, how is it going to perform against a tier 2 bounty. And we got a Disciple, which is definitely not one of my favorites to deal with, but just so you guys know, if you want to make easier work of your Disciples, Deadwire is definitely its ammo mod that Disciples are weak against. So if you want to equip Deadwire on your weapons, you should make easier work of your Disciples. So here I was definitely struggling to hit the critical shots on the Disciple. Not going to hide that from you guys or edit that out. That was definitely an issue I was having. I was not pleased with my performance right here. But it definitely dishes the damage out. We are in tier 2. We are pack 1. It handles the zombies, not much of a problem. There was a lot of them in the area here, as I did not do any clearing out of the riffraff before I engaged with our Disciple, so they all came over as soon as I started shooting. So that was part of the problem I was having dealing with this bounty contract, but the damage that this weapon does is substantial and gave me the confidence to know that I can definitely be able to complete a bounty contract inside of tier 2 with the damage as it currently stands, just being pack 1 with legendary and shatter on it. It definitely was an issue. I mean, we just charged up this mangler and took him out, no issues at all. So I'm definitely feeling really confident using this inside of tier 2 at pack level 1. So we cleared out the riffraff there finally and made it into our reward rift, which was a pack 1 crystal that I really didn't want. So we just kind of left it there, and then it was off to visit Pack-a-Punch inside of tier 2 because I was kind of curious to see. It handled the first bounty contract inside of tier 2, or tier 2 just fine at pack 1. So I wanted to increase the damage to pack 2 on the SOA Subverter and see how is it handling another bounty inside of tier 2. Is it going to be, you know, really, really strong and make just incredible easy work of this bounty contract inside of tier 2? I was really hoping for that to happen, considering how it handled the last bounty contract we did inside of tier 1. And I mean, you can see the confidence I was having taking on this bounty contract here. I wasn't really stressing too much at all. The only reason you see me turning around and firing and getting some distance is so you guys can see the health bar take the critical damage, so you can see just how much we're doing with each shot. It's kind of the reason why I like to engage bounty contracts and such from a bit of a distance, so you guys can actually see the damage that I'm doing to them on their health bars. So seeing how well this weapon has been performing so far, I was really eager to get off into tier 3 and grab my perks and see what you know, tier 3 has to offer with this blueprint on the gun, and seeing just how well it would perform inside of tier 3, considering we've handled just about everything so far with ease. I haven't had much of a struggle to take out anything at all. It's been fairly nice, and I was feeling, like I said, confident using this weapon. So here we are. We flew into tier 3, and we're gonna put down a decoy and make my way over to the Wonder Fizz machine so I can grab the rest of my perks. So we have them all as we're running around in tier 3, because that's something I definitely like to do. So here we are off into tier 3, and I usually try and make my way off to this first ritual to see if I could possibly replenish the pack and tools I bring in with myself for every run, but that was taken. So I figured this is a good opportunity to show you guys just a small sample size of crowd control with this weapon at Pack-a-Punch level 2 inside of tier 3 with, you know, armored zombies, dogs, the regular zombies inside of tier 3. It definitely handles them and is able to clear out the hordes for sure. Now let's do an actual proper test of crowd control inside of tier 3 at pack 2 legendary with Shatterblast on the SOA Subverter with the Altered Strain event blueprint equipped. And you can see here with the ADS, it definitely is able to handle the crowd control. And then if we switch over to tack stance, you can see it definitely is continuing to dish out the damage and push back the crowd control as it comes at us. And then if we switch over to just hip fire, you can see it's not nearly as accurate on hip fire. My build is not aimed towards a hip fire build, so I feel like if you playstyle lends towards hip fire, then you should be able to build this accordingly and a little bit more towards, you know, your playstyle of hip firing, as mine's more for ADS. So but definitely felt confident using that, and you can see right there the crowd control is definitely viable on this weapon for sure inside of tier 3. So we're seeing all that, it's time to throw on our pack 3 crystal and max damage this SOA Subverter and get over to Zhorde, the Guardian of the Arches, and take him on and see how well this performs against Mega Abomination HVT inside of tier 3. And like I said, this weapon gives me the confidence to engage. I don't really have to be concerned about not being able to dish out enough damage. I mean, we destroyed George's first head right there, like almost instantaneously. That was awesome to see. And then we played, you know, ring around the building a little bit with George here, trying to get him to fire up his laser attack. He was not really cooperating. He was doing his heal thing there, so we took the opportunity to fire up some shots into his head, and then he fired up his laser attack again, which was awesome. So we were able to dish out some more critical damage to George, and just about got him halfway down his health bar already. So at that point, we have to clear out some of the riffraff that come towards us. George is trying to flank us and come around the backside, which is not allowed. No, that's not how that works. So we push forward and get George to re-engage us. One of the reasons why I love this spot for dealing with Mega Abominations, especially George. And if you get a bounty in this area and you can pull him down here, this is an awesome way to kind of control him. You do have to be careful in this area. The zombies will come in from behind occasionally, but not too often. And then George here fires up another laser attack, which I wasn't really able to take full advantage of, as I had to reload as soon as he started firing it up. And then remember, another key for getting Mega Abominations to fire their critical attack at you with their laser shot is to either be above or below a Mega Abomination. So verticality, they will try and attack you with their laser attack if that's the case. And so I use that here as George is not cooperating and he is not firing up his laser attack at me and making this fight last a lot longer than it needed to be. So I drop down here and you can see the result. George fires up his laser attack. We continue to fire off the damage. We're almost done. So now I wanted to run up above him to see if I could get George to fire up his laser attack from me doing that. He did not, so I jumped back down, and lo and behold, there he is shooting up his laser attack at us once more, and we were able to finish off George, the Guardian of the Arches, right there with, you know, relative ease. That was not much of a struggle at all. This weapon handles the crowd control, not a problem. It handles HVT, Mega Abomination inside of tier 3, not much of an issue. So now we throw on Mags of Holding, and it's time to go grab another bounty contract inside of tier 3. Hopefully this one's a Mega Abomination, and go and see what this weapon can do. Pretty much, you know, as good as it can get. We've got mags on it, we've got a triple Pack-a-Punch. We have legendary tool on it, and we have an ammo mod in Shatterblast. So we went and engaged our bounty contract here inside of tier 3, which was a Mangler, and there was a ton of crowd control to deal with before I was actually able to focus fire in on our bounty contract, the Mangler. So I wanted to, you know, just show you guys how well this weapon performs inside of tier 3 in all situations, so that you guys by the end of this video will have a good feel on whether or not this is a weapon that's going to be a viable option to be using inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies across all 3 zones, and whether or not it's going to be a viable weapon, you know, for you to use based on how you play and the weapons that you like to use. If you feel this is one that's going to be a viable option for you, I like to try and show you guys as many different situations as possible, so you guys get a really good feel for it throughout the video. But here we are, we've managed to kind of get our crowd control down to a manageable sized herd, and we used the thermite there to kind of take off some more damage of our mega abomination, I was going to say, our mangler bounty contract inside of tier 3. Just about able to finish off the riff-raff that is around, and then start focus fire in on our mangler bounty contract. And you'll be able to see right here as they turn around and we finish off the mangler that the damage output on this weapon, when you've got it to max civil triple pack legendary, it definitely dishes out the damage. I mean, you can see the health bar on our bounty inside of tier 3 just dissipating as we're, you know, laying in the critical shots on our mangler, able to finish him off right there. And that fight, to be fair, was not much of an issue. You know, round up some zombies, put them in a bit of a herd, shoot them with this weapon, you'll be able to take out a bunch of them, and you know, get to your bounty contract and shoot it, as this definitely dishes out the damage. I was feeling confident. I really wanted to try and get a mega abomination bounty contract to show you guys, but we grabbed another one, and it was a mimic, being rather odd. I'm not sure why he wouldn't engage, but he would not move until I went over and started shooting him right there. So that was really strange. But again, this handles the bounty contracts inside of tier 3 without much struggle at all. I mean, you can see the damage output we're doing to this mimic is definitely a viable option for us to be using inside of our games. Like, this is awesome. It was the SOA Subverter is a weapon I truly enjoy using. I mean, it shoots so straight, which is super awesome to see. It virtually has 0 recoil, and the damage output on it is amazing. When you get the critical shots on your bounty contracts, you can take them all out with ease. You can see on screen we're not struggling at all to deal with the bounty contracts or the riff-raff, the crowd control inside of tier 3. So I would say that this weapon is definitely going to be a viable option for all of us to be using inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, which is nice to see, as you guys know me, and I definitely enjoy having more than one weapon that we can run inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games. I don't like being stuck to just 1 or 2 weapons that are a viable option, and everything else is going to be a real struggle to use. So one of the things that I enjoy in this game is that there is so many weapons, and because there's so many weapons, there is just an endless amount of weapons that are viable options to use. If you want to, you know, be someone who's a movement demon, they've got SMGs for that. We've got pistols that are strong for that. If you like your ARs and your battle rifles, we've got ones that are strong and viable to be using in those categories. So it's definitely something that I enjoy, and I hope to see continue, you know, going into Black Ops 6 Zombies being round based. I really hope that we're not stuck with just a few viable weapons, that you know, we have a few options that are going to be able to take us into the higher rounds, which is something I'm really looking forward to testing and seeing, you know, which weapons inside of Black Ops 6 are going to be able to carry us through some decent rounds inside of that. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. Definitely let me know what you guys are excited and what you guys are looking forward to with Black Ops 6 Zombies in the comments below. I would be truly interested to have a conversation about that and see what all of you are looking forward to. So that's something that's definitely exciting, and you know, it's not too far away. We have Season 5 on the horizon for Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, and in Season 5 we're getting our final story mission and a new Dark Ether area and some new schematics for us to be using. And as far as I have found out and been able to get confirmed information, that is going to be the last Zombies update for Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. So it's going to be goodbye for MW3 Zombies in Season 5 Reloaded once we get our final story mission. Now, as you can see, that bounty contract inside of Tier 3 was definitely not much of an issue to deal with. And at this point, you saw on the TAC map, the storm was fast approaching, so it was time to exfil. So overall, I definitely would say that this is a weapon that is viable for us to be using across all 3 tiers inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. So thank you so much for tuning in. Now, at the end of the video, like I always do, I'm going to show you the build that I used in the run today, so that if we want to work together down in the comments section to make any changes to the build, so that we all have one amazing build to use on the SOA Subverter inside of our Zombies games mode, that would be absolutely amazing, and the comment section is definitely the place to do so. So this is the build they used today. The camo that I used on this weapon is from the Altered Strain event, and this is the camo that we got for it, and I think it looks pretty cool. I do wish it was animated though. And then the blueprint, of course, is from the Altered Strain event, and this is it here. You can see the build is virtually the exact same I just threw on a site. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.